Officer Mark Delaney was bored. He'd been working the downtown beat for 5 years and had come to see himself as the unofficial gatekeeper of Easton Plaza, a shopping center lined with cafes, boutiques, and overpriced smoothie bars. Mark had developed a bad habit, deciding who looked like they belonged. On a muggy Thursday afternoon, he spotted a young black teen standing outside a bookstore near a coffee shop. The kid wore a gray hoodie, jeans, and sneakers, his hands tucked into his pockets. He wasn't causing trouble, just leaning against the wall, scrolling his phone. But Mark didn't like the look of it. "Time to move," Mark muttered under his breath as he adjusted his belt and walked toward the boy. "Hey," he barked, "you can't loiter here." The teen looked up, startled. "I'm not loitering. I'm waiting for someone." "Don't get smart," Mark snapped. "I said move." "Sir, I'm not doing anything wrong. Mark didn't wait. He grabbed the boy's wrist and twisted him around, yanking his arms behind his back and pulling out his cuffs. "Name?" Mark demanded as he patted him down. "You got ID?" "Yes," the boy said calmly, though his voice was tight. "Back pocket." Mark yanked out a wallet and opened it, and froze. Inside, clear as day, was a sleek, embossed badge. Federal Bureau of Investigation. Special Agent Malcolm J. Reeves. Underneath it was an official federal ID, photo and all. Birth date, 2004. Malcolm Reeves. Age, 21. Mark stumbled back like he'd been burned. "What the—" "I'm with the Bureau," Malcolm said, now turning calmly to face him. "You just detained a federal agent without cause. I suggest you call your supervisor." Mark's face drained of color. You don't look like—" "Like what? Like an FBI agent?" Malcolm's voice was steel now. "Or like someone who doesn't belong here?" Mark opened his mouth, then closed it. Around them, a small crowd had started to form. A woman filmed on her phone from across the plaza. A barista from the coffee shop looked out the window, jaw clenched. "I thought you were just—" "Just what?" Malcolm stepped closer. "Just another black kid hanging around in a hoodie? You didn't ask questions. You didn't wait. You saw skin and assumed threat." Mark reached for his radio, fumbling. "I didn't know." "You didn't want to know," Malcolm cut him off. "You made a decision in 5 seconds. A biased one. That could have gotten me hurt, or worse." The precinct supervisor arrived within minutes, called by a concerned civilian. When he saw the badge, his expression hardened. "Agent Reeves," he said professionally, "I sincerely apologize. We'll handle this." "I'll be filing an official report," Malcolm said, "and I expect disciplinary action, not just a slap on the wrist." Mark stood frozen, humiliated. Before leaving, Malcolm turned to the people watching. "Bias doesn't always look like hatred. Sometimes it's just fear, dressed as authority. But that fear can ruin lives. Or end them." He looked back once more at Officer Delaney. "Next time, think before you act. You won't always get a second chance." Malcolm walked away with his badge, now clearly visible around his neck, leaving behind a silence thicker than any siren.